Hello, school. My name is Vanessa Kane. I'm the Children's Director here at MacIver's Grant Public Library in downtown Dyersburg. And I'm here to share a book with you that goes along with your theme, Moving On, Going New Places. This book is called The Word for Friend. And it's written by Aiden Cassie. He's the author, so he wrote the words, and he's also the illustrator, so he drew the pictures. He did both in this book. The Word for Friend. We have a lot of words for friends, don't we? Look at those pretty pages on the back. This book was published by Farrar, I'm not going to say it right. I can't get that page to come loose. Farrar Straus Giroux in New York. Okay. The Word for Friend. From her new house, Kamala could see her new town. Somewhere in her new town was her new school. It was filled with new friends. She was sure of it. There's Kamala in her new room, in her new house, in her new town. And she's looking forward to seeing her new school and meeting her new friends, isn't she? She's very positive. I think that's exciting, that she's excited about being in a new place. Sometimes it's kind of scary to be in a new place. At the new market, Kamala helped her mom shop for school supplies. Everything was wonderfully unusual in her new country. Kamala told her mama each thing that was different. You see all the different places she went? Pretty bags, Mama. I've never tasted these. It smells like baked pine nuts. Did you see all those cute babies? This money has whales on it. And look at those ladies' hats. Kamala loved talking. Do you love talking? I love talking. The kids at her new school liked talking too, but their words were different. They spoke a language Kamala didn't know. Do they speak our language? She asked her mama. No, Mama whispered, but we'll catch on. And it says, Bon venant, Kamala. And all of the friends are saying different things to her. She doesn't know what they're saying because it's a different language. Can you imagine walking into a room and people talking to you and you don't know what they're saying? Has that ever happened to you? When her mama left, the teacher spoke Kamala's name in a friendly voice. Kamala was shy at first, but soon she was telling the class all about herself. It took 2.5 minutes. When she was done, the room was quiet. Some kids giggled. No one had understood her words. Kamala's tummy went all fluttery. She curled into a ball and pretended that she was alone. I wish I could curl into a little ball like that when I wanted to be alone. Later, the other kids played leapfrog, cut out fancy hats, and sang a frog counting song. Kamala did not leap or cut or sing. She stayed in a ball. All her wonderful words were missing. There they all are. There they are playing leapfrog, cutting out paper hats, and singing a song. And you see Kamala, she's all balled up in each picture. After what felt like forever, it was finally time for recess. Can you see where Kamala's going at recess? I see her going up the tree. Sometimes it's hard for Miss Vanessa to see that page. High in the branches, Kamala cut leaves into animal shape. She was good at cutting. She was absolutely not good at speaking a whole new language. An anteater from her class plopped down, pointed to herself, and then said some words Kamala didn't know. Mi namo estes Anna. She guessed the anteater's name must be Anna. That's very nice of that anteater. Do you think she's being a good friend? I think so. Do you see that new language right there? Kamala showed Anna how to cut leaves with her sharp claws. Anna really liked cutting too, even though she made a mess of it. There she is cutting with her sharp claws, and there she is cutting with her sharp claws, and look, her tongue is sticking out of her mouth just a little bit. Do you do that when you cut with scissors? I do. At circle time, Anna proudly held up one of her shredded leaves. The room was quiet again. Some kids chuckled at her hippopotamo. Kamala imagined it was supposed to be a hippopotamus. Anna laughed the hardest. And there she says, G está hippopotamo. Hippopotamo. Does sound like a hippopotamus, doesn't it? And she's laughing at herself because she didn't do a very good job cutting, isn't she? Anna's having a good time. And she's also kind of helping Kamala, isn't she? When Mama picked her up from school, Kamala started talking like she'd been holding her breath all day. Mama, the school has a giant maple tree and the rug has soft cushions and we made frog hats and the kids are nice even though some have big teeth. And the teacher told me Verda means green. But Mama, I think we should go back home, said Kamala. They don't know I like acting and drawing and eating termite jelly and they'll never learn all the words. I just can't. Mama gave her a big hug. There she is telling her Mama everything, all those words all rumbled together so fast because she finally got to talk. And there's Mama giving her a big hug. And look, they're both in a circle. I like that picture. Kamala didn't want to go to school the next day, but at recess, she found Anna up in the big maple. Anna had brought thick black paper, and together they cut out Elefanto. What do you think an elephanto might be? Kamala cut out shapes of friends she used to know, a binturong, an orangutan, a mouse, and a mouse deer. Using twigs and saps, she made them into delicate stick puppets. Anna made a sloth, kind of. As Kamala made an elephant, she felt Anna watching how she carefully turned the paper and attached the tiny limbs. I'm going to put that way close up so you can see Kamala's puppets. She's a good artist, isn't she? She can cut with her claws. And there's Anna, and she's trying to make a sloth. The following week, Anna came to school with a bundle of puppets she'd worked on at home. They were far better than her first ones. Some were fancy and some were plain, but all were fantastic to Kamala. Look at all of those puppets that Anna has. Anna is really being a good friend to Kamala, isn't she? Kamala and Anna used to use them to tell each other stories. Kamala's were silent, but she loved making the puppets. And though Kamala understood only some of Anna's words, she loved hearing them all. There's her little puppet theater. And there they are talking again. And there's Anna doing her puppets, her puppet show. One day, Anna brought Kamala a special puppet she'd made as a gift, a magnificent tiger with intricate cutout stripes and carefully hinged legs. Tigro? Tigro. She's teaching her the word for tiger. She thought it was Tigero, but it's Tigro. Kamala wanted to say how much she loved the puppet. It reminded her of a story from her homeland where a clever mouse deer outwits a silly tiger. Kamala knew Anna would like the story, but she didn't have the right words to tell it. That's when she had an idea. Look, she's hugging her and telling her, thank you so much for the puppet. What do you think her idea is? What do you think her idea is? How can she tell that story without words? What do you think is going to happen? Can you tell me? Maybe she didn't have all the words, but Kamala couldn't wait to speak any longer. In her new language, she said, Venu spectaculon vidu belaj petroj, nene belaj pupoj, la granda arbo si nocti, mi que Anna mia amico. Come, a show, see, beautiful beautiful puppets. The big tree, tonight, me and Anna, my friend. She invited all of her friends to a puppet show, didn't she? The room was quiet. Kamala knew she'd made a mess of it, and then everyone cheered. No one seemed to care about her mistakes at all. That evening, Anna hung a sheet for a screen, and Kamala brought lights and a lantern, and together they put on a grand shadow puppet show. Isn't that a wonderful picture? The audience laughed when Anna's mouse deer tricked a hungry tiger into eating pudding made of mud. They applauded when Kamala's tiger got caught by the cobra, who wasn't a belt after all. And though her actions did most of the talking that night, Kamala tried more and more words every day. Kamala had always loved talking, but most of all, she loved making a new amigo friend. And look, this is now Kamala talking, and look at all of those new words. They're not her old language, they're the new language. And look at all those words she's learning that she can talk to her friend Anna with once she started learning them. So that is the end of that story. And then there's back matter in this book, which gives you more information on other things, which is really wonderful. And I love it when they do it with a fictional story like that and then give you some scientific information. So this is called The Second Language. And it says Kamala's new language in this book is Esperanto. Esperanto was created in 1887 by L.L. Zamenhof to provide the world with an easy-to-learn common language. Today it has about 2 million speakers worldwide. Because it's not associated with any particular country, it was chosen to make Kamala's new home feel like it could be anywhere, while probably feeling like a foreign language to most people. So then it has some translations where if you want to speak in Esperanto, you can. When I got to this part of the book, it reminded me that we have a book called Dr. Esperanto and the Language of Hope. And it is a biography about the person who created that language. And isn't that wonderful how one thing you learn will lead to another thing you learn? So if you want to check out our book, The Word for Friend, then you can check this out. And you can see how this person, L.L., let me find his name, starts with a Z. Zamenhof, L.L. Zamenhof, created that new language, and why he did it is a very wonderful book. I like this book. Then we also have some information on the kind of animal that Kamala is. Can you see that picture? That is the real picture of what Kamala is. She is a pangolin. It's a different pangolin species living in Asia and Africa. There's 8 different species. Because some people value their scales and meat, all are threatened with extinction. Pangolins are the only mammals covered in scales, and their scales are made of keratin, just like rhino horns and our fingernails. Closest relative of the pangolin are carnivores, like wolves and bears, even though they look and act a lot like an anteater. And so there's a lot more information on that wonderful animal. Isn't that so cool? I love this book. And I know that one of my words for friends is my DPS friends. I am so glad that I get to talk to you every week and that we get to read these wonderful books together. I hope you're really good for your teachers, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you get to go new places soon. Bye-bye.